Give me 28 days to change your social media. The past 30 days, I have been utilizing new techniques to see if I can get changes in my social media. Because my goal is to become a full-time content creator. Welcome to Sonny Felicia Digital. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel as we go through this journey of becoming a full-time content creator. This is not a journey that I'm expecting you guys to do by yourself. I will do the whole 28 days with you. I want to grow too. As you can see, I'm not a big creator. This is my first YouTube video on this channel. So we're learning together. It's exactly 28 days in February. So why not just give it a chance? So I do have a workbook. It is not required to participate, but I do think it's a good way to kind of like monitor everything. It's like to keep track. And by all means, if you ain't got it, I understand you ain't got it. You could just follow along. But if you want to help support my channel, I definitely suggest it. The videos in the book, they will have overlap, but they're not exactly the same thing at all. So don't fret. I got you, friend. All I'm asking for is 28 days of commitment. That does not require 28 days of posting every day. That's not what I'm saying. Just 28 days of committing to being a content creator. Like if you didn't have another job, how would you commit to being a full-time content creator? That's what I want from you out of this whole ordeal. Now that you've committed to these 28 days, let's see where this journey ends us. So step one, let's do some pre-work before the real work. The first thing we're going to do is cleanse our For You page. I am doing this across all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Okay, my Instagram and Facebook are linked together. If you have a habit of like doom scrolling on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, whatever platform you plan to focus on, if you doom scroll, meaning like you can spend hours scrolling, you need to make a Finsta, a fake TikTok, a spam TikTok, a spam YouTube, make a whole new page that you doom scroll. Do not doom scroll on the page that you want to be monetized on, okay? If you aren't sure if you're a doom scroller, this is the way I learned that I was a doom scroller. You can set time limits on your iPhone or most devices. You can set a time limit of how long you want to be able to access that app. This app is blocked after an hour and a half. When I had that on my phone, y'all, sometimes I will wake up and an hour and a half later, I was out of time for the day. I'm not saying I had a problem, but that's ridiculous. Like if I give myself an hour and a half to scroll on any social media platform, and that was for all the social media platforms, you can group which apps, the times on that app that you want to like limit. If you go beyond that time, you might have a problem. That's when I created a whole new page. Okay. The next thing we want to do for our preparing for our 28 days, find 3 creators that you like their style, you like their the visual look of their page, and that you would aspire to be like. Find there and study their pages. You have 3 days. Study their pages. See what you like, see what you don't like, see the things that like draw you to that page. Really study these content creators' pages because you want them to be your peers eventually, right? So like look at their pages, see what you like, see what you can, not steal, but like take from them and put a spin on it to make it your own. On Instagram and TikTok, they've limited the amount of hashtags you can use. Find your 5 hashtags. Like you should not have to think about these hashtags every time it's time to create a new video. Find the 5 hashtags that you want to use and just have it already in your notes ready. You can look at your TikTok analytics. You can look at like your Instagram analytics. You can scroll and see like what are popular in the niche that you're working in. Find those 5 and then just save them. And then you're going to use those same 5 every day of the 28 days that you post. What is your goal? I think you really need to figure out, what is my end goal? Is it to be a full-time content creator? Do you just want a little PR here and there? Do you want brand deals? What is the goal of your page? Do you just want followers? Do you just want friends? Everybody has a different goal. Find what is your goal? Next, What platform do you want to focus on? Or do you want your content to be able to go on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everything? Do you want universal content or are you just focusing on one platform? Because if you're focusing on one platform, I think you may be pigeonholing yourself. And I don't necessarily think you want that. You never know when one of these might go out. Okay. TikTok was out the other day. I was defeated. I didn't want to do anything. And then I had to remind myself, you still have Instagram, you still have YouTube. Like, come on now. We have options here. And then lastly, where do you want to see your brand? Do you want to be a household name? Maybe you don't want to be a household name. Maybe you just want to be known in your community. Like if you're I don't know, expert crocheter, maybe you just want to be known in the crochet world for coming up with cute designs, or you're like, I'm not selling this ever. I'm not selling anything. I just want friends, or I just want a community. Like, where do you want to see your brand? Do you even want to be a brand? I feel like with this content creation thing, like you can be a brand or you have a brand. What's important to you? I think that's all things that we have to figure out. Last but not least, in the prep phase of the Great 28, let's start planning. The first thing that we're going to focus on is coming up with a series. What can you talk about for 28 days straight? What is, if it didn't matter if a stranger came up to you and said, what are you an expert in? What could you talk about for 28 days straight? Honestly, it doesn't even have to be 28 days straight. What could you talk about for 28 minutes straight? If you made 28 1-minute videos, what could you talk about for 28 minutes? That's really all you got to think about. Like, talk about it with joy. Talk about it with excitement. What topic? That's your niche. That's what you want to be focused on in these next 28 days, because we're making a series. There's a guy I follow on TikTok, and I think his name is Dude Loves Food. He did a stadium tour of all the NFL stadiums, and he wrote to his friend, like, wouldn't it be cool to end at the stadium that the Super Bowl is at? The whole series going to all the football stadiums, and you could see the progression. Stadiums like being more involved in his videos, like sponsoring, not the whole video, but like some of the food that he shows. Y'all, why is he going to the Super Bowl? He posted that literally they invited him to be a content creator at the Super Bowl. Is that not cool? From doing a series. I thought about, like, what would be my end goal of like my series that I would be like, that's pretty cool that I was invited to do that. So think about stuff like that. Like, what would be your, like, now that's amazing. That's crazy. Also want to look at our analytics. Almost all these platforms have analytics. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, they all have a place where you can look at your analytics. Go look at your analytics. Mainly, we want to look at when your followers are active, when are they looking at your stuff. Those are the times that we want to curate our posting around, okay? You want to come up with a posting schedule. Whatever you're going to commit to for these next 28 days, that's what we're committing to. I'm going to tell you what I did. On my other page, I said I'm going to commit to 3 days a week. And I did Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. Mainly because I always had like a push of energy at the beginning of the week for Sunday and Tuesday. Like, oh yes, I have content. But then Friday, close to the end of the week, I was just over it. So I gave myself a little break. And I'm like, okay, Friday will be the break period. And, from Tuesday to Friday to kind of like get some ideas going. And then by Friday, it doesn't have to be so much stress. It's something that I'm like, okay, you got to have a video by Friday. So just start preparing now. So I did 3 days a week. And when you look at a month, for most months, that's 4 weeks. That's 12 videos. That seemed more achievable than committing to, I'm going to post every day. That just that did not seem achievable to me. That may be achievable to you in your niche. But for posting food content, that was not achievable to me. That was actually scary and a little bit expensive, to be honest. I'm like, how am I going to come up with all these videos? Just commit. It can be 5 days. I think you should definitely commit to no less than 3 days. 3 days is the minimum. You can post more, but no less than 3 days. The time. I looked at the times where my followers were the most active, and that was between 3 and 5 o'clock. So I tried to have my videos done by 1 o'clock and try to post between 1 and 3, so that I feel like, there's like a little lag from when videos get posted. So I try to post between 1 and 3 so that between 3 and 5, my followers are seeing my videos. Like it's already posted. Mainly because I've had times where I've posted videos and like it was under review or something weird was going on and it didn't post within the time frame. So I try to post between 1 and 3 so that it could be available to my followers between 3 and 5. Hopefully that makes sense. But look at your analytics, do what you want to do, just commit to something. Whatever you want to do, just commit to it. This is some homework for all of you guys. In the comments, I want you to write your niche. I want you to write what posting schedule you're committing to. And I want you to write your end goal for your channel. You need help trying to figure out what your series should be. I want this to be like a collective thing that we do together. Write in the comments, like, can somebody audit my page? I will look at a few of them. I'm no pro, but I do watch a lot of TikToks, okay? I don't mind looking at people's pages and giving my feedback. And I think maybe we can make this community and look at different people's TikToks, Instagrams, YouTubes and say like, hey, this is what I like about your page. This is what I would change, but only like constructive, no haters. Okay. Don't be mean. Let's not be mean girls. I don't like that. Once again, I do have a, your Great 28 workbook in my link in my Stan Store. No pressure to get it, but I think it will help you kind of stay on track. You can use it in other aspects too, but I think it'll go well with this little thing we got going on here. Yeah, I'm trying to earn enough to earn a MacBook because I'm trying to edit on the go. Okay. And the MacBook I want is $4,000. So, oh, bonus. This is a bonus prep step. I made a hard stop for my videos. On that page, none of my videos, for the most part, were over 1 minute and 15 seconds. Make a hard stop for your videos. I'm a yapper. Y'all see, I've been talking how long now? So if you are a yapper like me, make a hard stop for your videos, okay? No videos over 1 minute 15. Nobody wants to hear you talking till they get to know you. And let's be honest, you're talking to yourself. Hopefully you guys are all in for your greatest 28 days. We're starting February 1st, okay? This is your time to do the pre-workout. Let's just start cleansing, getting yourself together, okay? And don't forget to follow me on all platforms, Sonny Felicia Digital. This is my digital journey to becoming a full-time content creator.